Hello and welcome back to another episode on the channel by me, TheWiseJames. Just reacting to another one of Sam's videos, as I've been doing quite a lot recently. This one is anti-ICE protesters attack man until they realise he doesn't care. Hashtag 2, or I'm guessing part 2. Thanks once again for the content, Sam. I'm not affiliated with Sam, so if you want to watch his videos, go to his channel, etc, etc. Let's get into it.
What are you doing? What did he...
Play stupid games. Get stupid prizes.
I think was going to happen. Why are they angry at him?
Did that guy throw a bike off the car? I think he did, you know.
Why are they angry?
He did! He threw a bike off the car. Is that not like attacking a federal vehicle? Like a federal crime? Like, it's quite serious. You know, sometimes I know people are, disagree with law enforcement and some of their methods, their tactics. Even myself, I've got a lot of problems with them, but sometimes it's best not to get involved. Like, you could serve prison time for just that. In America, if that was your third strike, it could be, 20 years? For throwing a bike. It's worth it. You might have children. You might not see them, apart from, twice in 2 decades. Just think about it. Just think.
Him.
I'm not condoning what the federal agent's done. Obviously, they shouldn't be running people over, but if you're going to jump in front of a moving vehicle, I can't really blame the driver, to be honest. I'd love to blame the agents, but pretty difficult in that situation. What were they supposed to do? Stopping in the middle of traffic also then causes a danger to other drivers, pedestrians, and the traffic then has a problem in the system. I do hope the guy's alright, though,
Hey, don't fucking
What an idiot!
Well, if it isn't the consequences of their actions, they're annoyed at the driver even though he stood in front of the car, refused to get out of the way when the car was actively moving. Not exactly the smartest thing to do, is it? And when he gets what he's bargained for, he wants to lay there, play the victim, and all those people are screaming and shouting at that driver as if he did something wrong. Maybe don't stand in the flipping road, you donut.
I don't care if people are here illegally. I don't. Not
What?
even a little bit. I don't even care in the slightest. Not even kind of. Oh, but they're not here legal. Okay. Oh, but they're stealing our jobs. No, they're not. No, they're not. And I know you know that.
I've never had, you order from Just Eat and Deliveroo and stuff. I've never had a fast food delivery driver from McDonald's, KFC, all these major big companies that wasn't non-British. The only time I get a British delivery driver, ironically, is when I order a Chinese. Every time. It's an English delivery driver. Every time. Different English delivery driver. Every time it's English. Because the Chinese obviously want that in their business. McDonald's would rather save the money.
No.
Which is why they're losing money, by the way. Because, they didn't back the people's country that they're in. They are trying to extort them. So McDonald's will fail sooner or later unless they change the way they operate.
No, they're not.
Stealing jobs, I think, is the least of the problems. She's going to think this way until she knows someone or she even gets attacked by someone. And the police have no idea who they are, where they've come from, no name, no ID. Cameras are blurry. They haven't got a clue. And
I've got a daughter, right? And honestly, I'm not racist at all. I'm not anti-migrant. I don't mind if someone wants to come over to my country and work, raise their kids, pay taxes. I don't give a fuck. That's fine. Do that. Have your temple. Have your fucking mosque. I don't give a shit, to be honest. Like, if the Jews can have a synagogue and the Christians can have a church, the Muslims can have a mosque, it doesn't bother me. But what does bother me is if the rules aren't followed, then people should be punished. And the fact of the matter is, nobody's following any rules anymore. There is no enforcement of law and rules to a certain extent, you know. And one big issue is illegal migration. And when I was younger, I would think, you know, one day all borders will fall, blah, blah, blah. And I think what a naive little shit I was, because that's never going to happen. Because I sit here as a 34-year-old thinking we should put all the worst ex-offenders on some, like, island no one cares about, or build an island for them. Like a convent for ex-offenders, basically. All the worst ex-offenders in the world should be put there, and the world's militaries should guard it. And it should be a well-known thing that if you become so inhumane that you're going there, like, you're either the worst type of creature that humanity's ever produced, or there's been a big, massive fuck-up, that's for sure. A massive fuck-up, because there's always legal mistakes, you see. So one of the issues with something like that is someone would get sent there who's not one of them, and then be treated like one of them. Like, because the police and the courts can't do their jobs properly, essentially.
These people are doing it in broad daylight.
If the courts and the law could do their job properly, we wouldn't have this illegal migration problem.
I think that's a bigger problem.
Oh, they're taking Social Security. They can't even take Social Security. They pay taxes and then can't even get like half the benefits that we give. And even if they were
Pay
taking
taxes?
our benefits, who gives a I don't care. Oh, they're taking our tax dollars. Okay, have my tax dollars. I'd rather have someone who has come here illegally get access to my tax dollars than the U.S. military.
What?
I don't care about it. I don't care.
So the people protecting you and your country, putting their life on the line, they're not worthy of that? The people that come here legally are worthy of that? Right.
If anyone's here illegally and I don't care what they're doing. I don't care if they're drug dealers. I don't care. I don't care.
So you don't care if one of these drug dealers deals drugs to one of your friends that isn't actually the drug, it's, you know, being swapped out for profit reasons, and it kills them. She doesn't care, huh?
I don't care.
Stop.
Denial is such an easy thing, you know. It's not just a river in Africa. Denial. Lots of people would rather just deny the truth so that they don't have to accept the fact they're wrong, because it's somehow easier for them. Like, it's mental.
Stop it. Get some help.
How someone can think that just having open borders with no security isn't going to lead to problems. I don't know how people can think that that's a good thing to do, because no matter where you are, if there's no security, it's going to lead to problems.
The only way we could have a no-border system over the world is if every place in the world was perfectly run, everyone was treated perfectly equal, there was essentially no crime, barely, apart from like accidental maybe. Like, it's just a world that doesn't exist. So that cannot exist, that there be no borders. Because the reality is there are so many bad people in the world that the good people need protecting, and we use borders to do that. Until the human race learns not to kill each other and mistreat each other, we will continue to have borders, unfortunately. And I can't see that ever changing. One day there'll be another planet, and there'll probably be a war with Earth. You know, like, you can't come this far into this part of the solar system. This is our part of the solar system. That's your part of the solar system. And then we'll expand even further, you know, if the universe hasn't wiped us out. And, you know, it'd be like, this is my corner of the galaxy. Stay in your corner of the galaxy. This is my territory. It's just, it'll never stop. Until humans learn to treat each other differently, there will be borders. Forever. They will never come down. Because the first thing that needs to come down is people's pride and ego. And that ain't happening.
Simple as that. She's not bothered because she doesn't see how it affects her. But until it does, she's going to change her mind, because I honestly lost brain cells listening to that.
I honestly did used to think no borders was a possibility, and it's only not possible because the way humans behave. Like, if humans didn't behave the way we do, it could be, but because we don't behave in a decent way and treat each other in a good way, it's just There's no way no borders is ever going to be possible. There's just never going to happen. This is why we have prisons. Because if you want no borders, that means no prisons. Because a prison is borders for the criminals. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know it sounds stupid, but that's what prison walls are. They protect us from the prisoners in the system. So if you want no borders, are you only going to impose borders on the prisoners? Do you know what I mean? It's not as so simple as no walls, is it?
You're so much better than us. That's the pride baby.
I'm sorry.
The hell is she wearing?
You're a f***ing sinner just like the rest of us, and all sins are equal in the sight of God. You're a piece of shit. You're a straight man pretending that you care.
Let's hear that again.
I'm sorry.
The hell is she wearing?
You're a f***ing sinner
He's a sinner.
just like the rest of us, and
Just like the rest of us.
all sins are equal in the sight.
All sins are equal in the eyes of God. Well, that's not true. I don't give a shit what you say. I don't give a shit what some Christians say. And I don't give a fuck what some Muslims say, and some. I don't give a fuck what any religion says. Right? If you murder a child, okay, that is not the same as, say, someone who cheated on their wife. Now, both things are bad. Both things are considered a sin, but there's levels to misbehavior. You know, you've got like being rude and abusive at the bottom, and then right at the top you've got like taking lives and defiling life and stuff like that. They're not the same things at all. So no, not all sins are equal. That's just pure cope from her. It's a coping mechanism to deal with whatever she's done in her life, which is obviously some pretty awful things if she's spouting this shit. Let's see what else the crazy woman has to say, who has Elton John glasses.
God, you're a piece of shit. You're a straight man pretending that you care.
Oh no, he's a piece of shit because he's a straight man. That's not prejudice, and that's not discrimination. That's not a hate crime. Oh wait, yes it is. But do the police enforce it? No. Do the courts enforce it? No. How's it okay to commit hate crimes against white men because they're straight? That's a hate crime? I don't give a shit what you say. That's a hate crime. She's literally getting in his face, being abusive. He could claim it's common assault because he fears for his safety, although she doesn't seem to be any danger apart from her ideas.
Much about gay people. Why do you care that much about gay people, huh? Back up.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Why do you care that much about gay people?
Okay, so you can get as close as you'd like to, but I don't have to back up. And I'm comfortable.
Is it a gay rally or a trans rally? Because they're not the same thing. I know a lot of people get confused, but like trans and gay is a very different thing. I saw someone dressed like a dog there. That's not homosexuality at all.
Talking as close as
I thought we were all
In fact, they were standing with them. Let's go back. See? She's literally with someone dressed like a dog. That's got nothing to do with homosexuality. Yeah, I'm calling crazy bitch with no idea what she's talking about.
I hope you're okay with going on social media.
I love it. Oh God, I was made in His image, you crazy.
Okay, that is so painful on the ears. I'm going to turn the volume down just for this moment because I don't want to hurt my listeners.
It's just very unfortunate that so many of us have strayed away from what... Wait, how so? Please tell me what scripture says that actually. Please tell me what scripture actually says that.
This guy looks like he's been dragged out of a burning building. What the hell's going on?
He looks like he's got pink eye. Like, seriously bad pink eye. Like someone smeared shit into his eyes. That's what it looks like.
No, I'm not. It's just entertaining.
You think I'm scared of being on the internet? You're invading our space,
That's
and
awesome.
you need to get.
It's a public space. You don't own the space. This is what I don't understand. Some people literally think they own the street. They'll go and like stand in the middle of the street and be like, "Oh, this is my part of the street. You know, you're not allowed here. This is my place, my rules." Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a public place.
Get out.
That's awesome. You're not gonna block me from a public.
Yes, I am.
space.
Yes, I
That's
am.
not-
Obstruction is against the law, by the way. But okay.
It's an event. It is an event for Pride. You are not welcome.
Like, you're touching me again.
If it's an event for Pride, why is someone dressing up like a dog? It's got nothing to do with homosexuality. That's like mental illness.
That sucks.
It is a permanent event that still allows the
I thought all about love and compassion.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not how
There's no tolerance here, is there? There's no tolerance at the Pride rallies these days. Unless you're obviously, dressed like a dog. It's fine then.
it works. That's not actually. Will you go get me the policy that says that? Please.
I don't have to. You are. This is a safe space.
Gotcha.
You are in
You
his.
touched me.
This is a safe space for us. You fucking piece of.
Oh, that's assault. That's a crime. Bam. He's got a gap in his teeth there. You see that? I've got one, I think, as well. Out there. From when the dentist pulled it out.
Public access, my
Oh, he was protecting his child. That's fair enough. That's different. If you look back there, actually, it's clear he's trying to stop him from falling over his child. Because these women, maybe. So, let's have a look.
Fucking deny
Hey,
you, bitch.
is it not still a public park?
Wait, that guy said that looks like he hasn't slept for about a month. That's a girl.
I thought it was a man.
Damn. Got me.
I'm allowed to walk through? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's
Your belief is a myth.
If you've got pink
Imagine thinking you own the public areas like that. Like, unbelievable.
What the fuck are you doing?
This guy literally turned up, didn't really say anything. He's just there to, share his opinion, because these people always say they're loving and compassionate and they're open to other people's opinions and they're not irritated by that. But we always see that in these videos. Soon as they get an ounce of belief that that person doesn't align with their views, they instantly act like this every single time, like a bunch of flipping wild animals. And like I always say, every single time, they all look the same. Every time. And the thing is, they want to change people's minds and get everyone on their path, but I think acting like this is just doing the complete opposite. I don't think anyone watching this video with them screaming and shouting at this guy is going to make people think, they're onto something. I'm gonna follow these guys. I don't.
Yeah, if you have to shout it at someone, it doesn't really hold as much ground, to be honest. Like, you've kind of lost the argument already. The fact that you've had to raise your voice instead of just make your point calmly, sternly, like, believing what you say is enough. If you have to raise your voice, it means there's even doubt in what you're doing, in yourself, even if you're not consciously aware. Like,
Think so.
Your 20-year-old husband who married you when you were 17, grooming. Hello.
That's not.
What?
That's not.
Babe,
What are you talking about? How's that
No,
grooming?
you have been groomed, and I feel like you don't even realize it.
I think you're drunk.
Andrew always has very gelled back hair. If anything, he uses too much grooming. So I got you back, Andrew, don't worry.
Out your mind.
Oh, I'm so.
I don't think
I'm
that-
highly inebriated. Yes.
I'm not gonna yell. I'm not gonna yell or argue with you in
Am I
this
yelling?
way.
Shush your hooker. Shut up.
I've never been on.
In the back, I'm talking to the nice lady in the back.
Oh.
Nice married lady in the back.
You know she got married when she was 17 to a 20-year-old.
But here's the thing.
Oh, it took me a second there. You see, in England, the age of consent would be 16, so that would be perfectly normal and legal. In America, I think in some states, because she married a 20-year-old at 17, that would be considered illegal. But I don't see any problem with that myself. It's in my country, that's not really a problem. Like, the only problem there is that they're getting married too young. It's not the age difference between them that's the problem. But in America, that in some states, that would be considered a crime, I think, yes. So she's trying to make out that she's superior to this other woman that Andrew's wanting to talk to. Typical female insecurity, really.
Thing to the girl in the back in the center who was talking, I had a couple of questions. You and your husband, you got married at 18, you're 19 years old, yeah?
Yes.
Did you guys have a nice honeymoon?
No, we're like kind of unconventional. We got eloped like 3 days after getting engaged. We haven't done a honeymoon yet just because we're saving up for that later in the future. Like, our priority is having kids and buying a house.
Are you religious?
I am. I'm Christian.
Well, I want to show this chick what privilege actually looks like. So the Crucible is going to send you $3,000 so that you and your husband can go on a honeymoon. You can go.
Damn.
Well done, Andrew. Well done. See that? I bet he wouldn't have done it if it was an atheist couple. I bet you. But still, very good of him and very good, Andrew. Well done. Very well done. I hope they enjoy the honeymoon.
Her only crime was that she's happily married and you can't stand it.
Fair play to Andrew for doing that. And this is the time we live in. We got chicks doing OF and doing the madness, trying to belittle a married woman.
Madness?
Who's effectively living the dream. You know, you see this, unhappy women will always try and make happy women miserable. You always see this. The woman who's saving up to go on a honeymoon, isn't that a goal that every couple wants? Like, who would people rather be? The OF chick or the married woman who's happy? I think
there's only one right answer there.
A lot of people would rather be her.
It angers me when people are like, this woke stuff gotta go. That's telling me that you don't care about my lived experience. You don't care about the oppression of the LGBTQ community. You don't care about the oppression of the disabled. You don't care about the oppression of immigrants.
Disabled.
You don't care about your fellow neighbor. And that is ungodly. That is not Christian. But they, you know what?
Yeah, don't involve me in the fucking LGBTQ community just because I'm disabled. I'm sorry. No chance. Right, the fact of the matter is, people get sick of things getting rammed down their throats, and excuse the euphemism and pun, but yeah, the world has got sick of the LGBT community ramming stuff down our throats, trying to pretend that we're the bad guys and we're all oppressing them. Like it's all a load of shite. It's all a load of bullshit. Trans and queer has got nothing to do with being homosexual anyway, and lesbians are just homosexual and gay women, and gay and homosexuals just refers usually to gay men, and bisexual people are just straight people who are gay. I mean, the transgender has literally nothing to do with it. So they conflated their own message and it broke down as a result of it, and they think everyone else is to blame. And it's not, it's their own fault for allowing the wrong message in their group. It'd be like me having a white, straight, privileged group, and then in 3 years' time, when it gets really good, invite some women in for white female privilege and call it white privilege group. Like, it would have a breakdown because its original purpose is corrupted. If you let another group piggyback your movement to get their own way, this is what happens. It's not my fault. It's not all the straight world's fault. It's not the white man's fault. Take some accountability for allowing a group of people whose entire message was different into your group, because then it gives out lots of different messages, and what you really believe in doesn't stand anymore.
The most ironic thing is they don't care about it, and they don't care about it while wearing big fat crosses around their necks.
Yes, I gotta step in here. Sonny, about
Ooh, Sam's talking about you like.
lived experience. You're doing better than over 99% of the country. You're not oppressed. And no one is oppressing the disabled. They are oppressed by their disability. And with LGBT,
well, the disabled are being oppressed, but not because of gay rights. It's got nothing to do with that. Like, there are disabled people being oppressed and persecuted all over the world, who are literally human experiments against their will and consent in various hospital facilities and all over the world. It's considered medical treatment, but it's not medical treatment. It's human experimentation, is what it is. They're not trying to cure these people. They're trying to mask the problem, or stuff like this. It's not. They're not curing these people. So they're just testing stuff out, hoping it works. That's human experimentation, literally. And some of these things that they inject into some of the people with mental health problems all over the world, they know perfectly well will not cure them, and yet they still forcefully inject them anyway. That's literally all I have to say about that. So no, disabled people are being persecuted and oppressed all over the world. Like, the same as black people used to be oppressed and persecuted. The fact that women have been persecuted and oppressed. Disabled people are still, every day, persecuted and oppressed. Anyone who says different is fucking wrong. They're just wrong.
You don't care about the oppression of the LGBTQ community. You don't care about the oppression of the disabled. You don't care about the oppression of immigrants.
Disabled.
You don't care about your fellow.
But I would like to point out the oppression and persecution of the disabled has literally nothing to do with homosexuality. It has nothing to do with the LGBTQ rights group. There's nothing to do with it. So her saying this in defense of someone who says they're sick of woke shit, bringing disabled people into it, I feel like she's trying to use us because she has nothing else. Like, don't drag us into this. Like, fuck off.
Neighbor, and that is ungodly. That is not Christian.
Ungodly? Who is she to speak for God?
Okay, you know what the most ironic thing is? They don't care about it, and they don't care about it while wearing big fat crosses around their necks.
Yes.
I gotta step in here. Sonny, about your lived experience. You're doing better than over 99% of the country. You're not oppressed. And no one is oppressing the disabled. They are oppressed by their disability. And with LGBT, well, taking over every corporation, running the culture with an entire month in your name, and turning every criticism into a hate crime is not exactly oppression. It's called a privilege that others do not have. And with immigrants, I'm an immigrant. I am not oppressed, Sonny. I have the same opportunities as everyone else. And I'm absolutely offended by condescending liberals like you telling me that I am a victim and that I'm oppressed. All of this cuts right into the core of your wokeness, trading righteousness and virtue signaling to look good while shutting down everyone who doesn't bow to your narrative. Like,
that right there is the perfect sentence for what's been going on for the last few years. Let's go back to that. What a clever man. To be able to say that word, those words in that sentence, in this moment, so confidently, so clearly. I'd buy him a beer, me. I'd buy him a beer. Although I don't think he might drink, because depending on his religion, but I'd buy him a beer.
Cuts right into the core of your wokeness, trading righteousness and virtue signaling to look good while shutting down everyone who doesn't bow to your narrative. Like calling Christians ungodly for not being woke. By the way, try saying that to Muslims who are not woke either, and you will quickly realize just how kind Christians have been to you.
Yeah, this guy definitely could.
Yeah, to be honest, right? If you speak God's name in vain, Christian-wise, Christians, they don't like it, but, you know, they're not going to kill you for it. And if you use Jesus Christ's name in vain, you know, they're not going to like it, but they're not going to kill you for it. But I tell you what, you use Allah's name in vain, or Muhammad's name in vain, Muslims would kill you for that, okay? There's a big difference. So, yeah, Christians are not the same as they used to be. You know, they're just disarmed. So you can't treat them like they used to. You know, you can't treat Muslims and Christians the same. To be honest, you can't.
And this is how a lot of us feel. I know this guy, if you don't know, he basically puts himself in these, you know, green screens himself into these shows and says what he's got to say. But it's always accurate.
Oh, that's how he did it. Okay. I was thinking, was he on this show and he said it so confidently? It's just, it didn't seem right. But what he said was correct.
And he hits the nail on the head. But we know if he said these things on TV, all of a sudden the mics would cut off or something. They wouldn't allow this stuff to be said. But it's what we're all flipping thinking. And I don't normally say things like this, but if you are new and you want to see more videos like this, do consider subscribing. Click the notification bell so you know when I upload a video. And let's carry on with the video.
Well, I'm going to do this as a two-parter because it's quite a long video. So this is the end of the first part. If you want to watch the second part, it will be uploaded soon after this video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.